Well, hello and welcome to Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast. We're at season 3, episode 145. Wow. And we're doing our first ever misheard song lyric on Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. It's their song, What I Am. The misheard song lyric is, philosophy is a dog on cereal box. Religion is a smile on a dog. And then the correct lyric says, philosophy is a talk on a cereal box. Religion is a smile on a dog. I thought it was a dog the whole time, right? Well, I totally forgot about this song until just the other night. Shocker, I went to karaoke with my karaoke crew, and the karaoke jockey, or we affectionately call her or him the KJ, at a local bar I like to frequent, actually sang this song. I totally forgot how awesome the song was. It brought me back to the late 80s, early 90s, and for years I thought Edie Brickell from the New Bohemians was singing about a dog regarding philosophy. I also thought in the song that she was singing, save me from the shallow waters. Instead, when I'm looking at the karaoke lyrics, it's choke me in the shallow waters. It's like, oh my God. Thanks to karaoke, where you can actually see the lyrics, it really reminds you, it actually humbles you that you may be singing the songs wrong all these years. So it's not about a dog on cereal box, it's talk on cereal box. All right, let's talk about What I Am. It was actually a song written by her, Edie Brickell, and a Kenny Withrow, and recorded by, of course, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians for their debut album, Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars in 1988. I was a mere 16. All right. The song is highlighted by a guitar solo that features what they call an envelope filter. It peaked at number 7 on the US Billboard Hot 100, topped the Canadian RPM Top Singles chart, and became a top 20 in Australia and New Zealand. The Kiwis loved them too. And then in What I Am was ranked number 23 on VH1's list of the 100 greatest one-hit wonders in the 80s. I would agree. So let's delve into who Miss Edie Brickell is. She was born Edie Arlissa Brickell back on March 10th, 1966. She's an American singer-songwriter, known for that song, of course, in 1988 from their album Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars, and went on to this song, actually number 4 in the Billboard albums chart. In 1985, Edie was invited to sing out with friends. This is how she got connected with this band from her high school and local folk rock group called the New Bohemians. She then joined the band as a lead singer, and after the band was signed to a recording contract, the label changed the group's name to Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. So the story was, this group built a following in Dallas, Texas, and then they were signed on by Geffen Records in 1986. Apparently, they struggled to record their first album, which is the now infamous Shooting Rubber Bands at the Stars, because they were butting heads with the producer Pat Moran. But when it was released in 1988, it captured their what they call intimate live sound with her very distinct voice up front in the mix. I agree. It's like when I first heard it, like something different, right? You had Alanis Morissette with the angry white woman, grunge, and then you have Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. This was the era of hair metal and dance music, so of course What I Am, released as the first single, was a tough sell, as they say. They got their break when they were booked on as musical guests on November 5th, 1988, on an episode of Saturday Night Live, and I remember seeing this episode myself. It was actually the highest rated episode of the year because there was because of the I guess the host at that time was this, they call abrasive, chain-smoking talk show host Morton Downey Jr. I remember him because I always got confused with Robert Downey, thinking they were related. They're not, but he was the host, she was the musical guest. When they performed the song on the show, then they got to get more airplay on MTV, sending it to number 7 in March of 1989. And it also changed Edie Brickell's life because she then met her future husband, Paul Simon. You're like, whoa, how did this happen? So in the story on many websites I found, she said she noticed Simon standing in front of the cameraman and, quote unquote, this is what she said, even though I performed the song hundreds of times in clubs, he made me forget how the song went when I looked at him. We can show the kids the tape and say, look, that's when we first laid eyes on each other. She's still married to him, Paul Simon, as you know from Simon and Garfunkel, hello. They married on May 30th, 1992, and they have 3 children, Adrian, Lulu, and Gabriel. And if those of you don't know, prior to that, he was married to Amy Irving, actress, and that didn't last long. They're still together. So, hey, thanks to that show on Saturday Night Live, and they were able to sing. That changed not only trajectory of her and her band doing well with their song, but her future husband. Back to the song. Okay, so their 1988 debut album, Shooting Rubber Band Stars, became a critical and commercial success. Of course, like I said, including the top 10 single, What I Am. And then the band's follow-up album, Ghost of a Dog, in 1990, was a deliberate effort to highlight the band's eclectic personality and move away from the pop sensibility of their first record. It didn't do so well, as you can imagine. The band played some gigs here and there after the album Ghost of a Dog in 1990. And then in 2006, released Stranger Things, which is funny because now there's this famous show on Netflix, Stranger Things. In 2018, they announced their latest album called Rocket, along with dates for a U.S. tour. And then the band released their 5th studio album, Hunter and the Dog Star, in 2021, available on CD and vinyl. All right. So what is this song about? According to songfacts.com, they say one of the most unusual hits of the 80s. What I Am deals with the need for simplicity in expression. In the lyric, Edie Brickell was poking fun of folks who overshare their spiritual beliefs, expounding their thoughts on the universe to anyone who will listen. Thus the lines, which is our misheard song lyric, philosophy is a talk on a cereal box. Religion is a smile on a dog. There are these kinds of things that deep thinkers would say, and some people would even fall for it. Brickell makes it clear she doesn't have the answers, and even if she did, she'd keep it to herself. That's why she sings over and over in the chorus, I am not aware of too many things. I know what I know, if you know what I mean. So that makes a lot of sense, and I love the reference to the dog. Okay, music video. Have you seen it recently? It is very simple. It's Edie Brickell and the band. So per songfacts.com, they shared that the music video was actually directed by a Jonas Livingston. He was an executive at Geffen Records. Makes sense because they signed with Geffen Records. Like I said, simple video. It shows the band, focus on Brickell singing. And the funny thing is, songfacts.com says, with her casual, natural look and slightly awkward movement, she stood out on MTV the same way Michael Stipe did in REM's Losing My Religion. Agreed. And then there actually was a cover. I didn't realize this. So many years later, the song was covered by an English electronic music duo called Tin Tin Out and English singer Emma Bunton. Does that name ring a bell? Well, she is Baby Spice from the Spice Girls. They released it back on November 1, 1999, so about 10 years later from the original, as a second single from Tin Tin Out's second studio album called 11 to Fly in 1999. It also appeared on Bunton's debut solo album, A Girl Like Me, in 2001. Bunton recorded her vocals at London's Sarm West Studios in June of 1999. Now, Tin Tin Out and Bunton's version debuted and peaked at number 2 in the UK singles chart, 29 places higher than the original version 10 years previously. Look at that. It sold 103,000 copies during its first week of release and has sold over 234,000 copies in the UK. What I Am was the UK's 88th best-selling single of 1999. Okay, there it is. Was UK's 88th best single of 1999 and received a silver certification from the British phonographic industry, so BPI for them. And in pop culture, it was actually mentioned or played in certain movies and TV shows. So I'll list one. It was used in the movie Loverboy in 1989, Towelhead, don't know that one, in 2007, and in TV shows like Miami Vice in the episode Leap of Faith from 1989, a Doogie Howser episode in 1989 called Frisky Business, and a Cold Case 2004 episode in Who's Your Daddy. So, wow, we start with how she gets connected with the New Bohemians. They hit it big with this song, What I Am, and get their big break on Saturday Night Live, which helps spur the song to become, well-known and does well. And then she meets her future husband, Paul Simon, who just happened to be there at Saturday Night Live while she is the musical guest. And the rest is history. So you just never know where the world will take you. And I had no idea after hearing it from the karaoke jockey, or KJ, that sang it by the way, very well, by the way. So she's definitely gotten me wanting to relearn the song, to sing it, not as well as she, but I'll try. That it's not about a dog on a cereal box religion. It's talk on cereal box religion. So hopefully you learned a lot. I did, and I love this song again, how many years later? And you know what? Things like this, send them in. Send it to our email at misheard misheard songs@gmail.com or any of our sites like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And who knows, we might give you a shout out with your misheard song lyric suggestion. Till then, keep singing those songs wrong. Bye!